Hello, my beautiful flowers. Welcome back to my channel. Dr. April here with another video helping you improve your mental health, your wellness, and your self-care. So, before we jump into today's video, I want you to ask yourself this question, sis. How long have you been strong for everyone else, but exhausted for yourself? All right, y'all. So in today's video, I'm giving you 5 ways to stop being the strong Black woman. Before we jump into our 5 ways, right, let's just talk briefly about what strong Black woman syndrome or schema is, right? Okay, so basically, first of all, it is a societal stereotype. Okay, so let's just put that out there. And it's also a cultural expectation, right? And this internalized belief that Black women have to be resilient, self-sufficient, right? And that we have to suppress our emotions, okay? And so let's just kind of talk a little bit about some of the characteristics, right, or signs associated with strong Black woman syndrome. For starters, there's this ability to endure, right? And when I think about the word endure, what really comes up for me is like being in that survival mode, right? So no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're experiencing, you know, in the face of hardship and adversity, basically you are just expected to just keep on going, right? And it's almost like running on E, to be honest. Another characteristic of strong Black woman syndrome is resisting help, right? So there's this uncomfortability with, is uncomfortability a word? I don't know.
Is that a question?
So there's this discomfort with asking for help, right? And so basically you have your mind made up that you're gonna do it all on your own, that you don't need help, etc., right? And so typically it almost negates social support. Now, a big part of strong Black woman syndrome is the suppressing of emotions, right? So basically you always have this stoic kind of facade, right? So you might be afraid to cry in public around people, or you may not feel comfortable expressing your emotions and how you feel, you know? And so basically there's this swallowing of emotions, right? You're stuffing them down, you're shoving them down. You in a way don't really have access to them, right? It's not a safe thing to express how you feel. So a big part of the strong Black woman schema or that syndrome is basically suppressing your emotions. And it's really that belief that suppressing your emotions equates to strength, right? While showing your emotions or expressing your emotions might equate to weakness. And another big issue with strong Black woman syndrome, it's almost this obligation to help everyone else, this obligation to support everyone else, and it's really at the expense of sacrificing your own needs, right? And so in short, everybody else comes before me. That's basically what it is, right? I've got to prioritize my family needs, I have to prioritize my children's needs, I have to prioritize all of that before I get to myself, right? I'll take care of them and then I might take care of myself, okay? All right, so let's keep moving. Let's go ahead and get into our ways. All right, so 5 ways to stop being the strong Black woman. Number 1, start prioritizing your own needs without guilt, sis. Oftentimes, many of you may be feeling like, you know what, I'm gonna do something nice for myself today, right? But then you feel guilty for doing that. You feel guilty for putting yourself before your husband. You feel guilty for putting yourself before your spouse, right? So what this is really about when we consider starting to prioritize our own needs without guilt, right? This is really about you being able to take intentional time for yourself. This is also about you taking some things off of your plate. A lot of you are juggling way too many things, right? Okay, and so what you want to do is just try to figure out, what can I take off of my plate? Can I chunk my day, right? Maybe I do a little bit of this today and a little bit of this tomorrow, or a little bit of this next week, right? Instead of trying to get everything on your to-do list done at one time, okay? And so yeah, and think about that too. It's also about you reducing that to-do list, right? Maybe you can share some of your responsibilities, right? Especially when it comes to doing work around the house, right? Can we give hubby some things to do? Can we give the kids some things to do, right? So it's about you being able to take some things off of your plate, right? That you don't necessarily have to do. That's how you prioritize your own needs. Number 2, you really want to focus on building a consistent self-care routine. I cannot stress this enough. Self Self-care is so important to your overall health and well-being, okay? You cannot work, do, and then do nothing for you, right? Self-care is about taking care of yourself, right? And so this is also going to help reduce some of that stress and that anxiety that oftentimes comes with the strong Black woman syndrome, right? So you want to make sure that you are developing this consistent self-care routine, right? One of the things that I like to do, I have a reminder set on my phone and it asks me, what am I going to do for myself today? Right? I cannot check off or complete that task under my reminders in my iPhone until I have designated something to do for myself for that day. Okay. And oftentimes when we think about self-care, we're so focused on, I need to go to the spa. I need to go get my hair done, my nails done. Yeah, all those things are great, right? But I'm talking about little micro mini things that you can do throughout your day that are basically going to bring you some sense of joy, some sense of peace, right? Going for that little 10-minute nature walk, right? Maybe turning on some music that helps boost your mood. You figure it out, sis. Do what it is that you like to do, but you got to do something. You cannot neglect your self-care. Number 3, set boundaries with yourself and others. This is so important. This is about you being able to say no when it is necessary. And this is also about you being able to set boundaries with yourself, right? So not just other people, but with yourself, right? And so, for example, if you see, your child's dirty clothes on the floor, right? Like they didn't even make it to the basket, but it's sitting right there by the dirty clothes bin. And everything in you just want to pick them clothes up. Don't pick them up. Don't pick them up. And I know some of y'all might be saying, well, Dr. April, if I don't pick up them clothes, I'm going to go crazy and lose my mind. I might snap. No, you will not. Leave it there. And when they get home from school, you tell them, hey, sweetheart, you're probably not going to say it like that, but you need to pick up your clothes and put them in the dirty clothes bin, right? And so what it all boils down to is that you're setting that boundary. Like, you don't want your children, right, or your spouse thinking that if they don't do it, you gonna do it. So I ain't in no rush to do it. They not even thinking about it because they know you gonna do it. At the end of the day, you want to be reinforcing that I'm not the maid and I'm not going to be doing everything for everybody. That's not my role and my responsibility, right? And so you can do that by just leaving some things as be, leaving it, let it be. If it don't get done, it don't get done, right? Okay, set boundaries, girl. Set them boundaries. And especially with your family members, set them boundaries. No, I can't pick up little John from football today. I'm sorry. I need to go home and rest. I don't have the capacity for that today. Okay? I'm going to teach y'all some assertive ways to set them boundaries too, so you don't come across as rude or that you don't care, because that's not the case, right? Anyway, we'll have to talk about it in another video. Ooh, number 4, let go of hyper independence. Oh my gosh, this is such a big one with the strong Black woman. It's basically this internalized language, right? That if I don't do it, it won't get done. Or if I do it myself, it'll get done a lot faster. Or who else gonna do it? You might be saying, oh, I'll just handle it. Don't even worry about it, baby. I'll just handle it. And then you might also be saying things like, you know what? I don't need your help. I'll take care of it. I got it, right? And so there's this over dependence on yourself to do everything, right? And so you basically are having trouble asking for help. You're having trouble sharing the load, right? Sharing the load of your responsibilities and your roles, right? Maybe you don't have to cook every night. Maybe one night hubby can cook. If you got some teenagers who know how to cook, maybe one day they can cook during the week. Maybe one day y'all order out, whatever the case may be. But it's just about you sharing some of your roles and your responsibilities. Okay? And so you don't want to be so focused on you doing everything that you don't even consider the option of other people helping you to do some of the things that need to get done. Number 5, allow yourself to be emotionally honest. Remember, I told you earlier that one of the characteristics or one of the issues with a strong Black woman is that you have to suppress your emotions, right? And oftentimes you're suppressing your emotions because you don't want to look or appear weak, right? Well, at the end of the day, it's about the fact that we're not keeping our composure. We're not walking around stoic. We're not putting on this facade that like, oh, I'm good. Nothing bothers me. I'm fine. No, ma'am. You want to be honest about how you feel. You want to honestly express your emotions, right? You also want to be admitting when you feel hurt, admitting when you feel disrespected, right? You don't want to be minimizing how you feel. And another thing, you want to be able to cry without apologizing. You know, that's one of the things I can't stand. I don't care the setting. And maybe it's because I'm a therapist, y'all. And when I was in grad school, they taught us, you know, don't be so quick to give somebody a tissue when they cry, right? Because it can unconsciously signal like, hey, that's not okay. Hide those tears, dry up your face, right? And so like, we have to be able to allow ourselves to cry without apology. Like, let the tears flow. I like to tell my clients in session with me, girl, this is a safe space for you to cry. Please let them tears flow. I'm not telling them, girl, get some tissue for your face, dry them tears. What you crying for? Like, no, you should be allowed to cry. Crying is a way that we release emotional pain, right? Crying is so healthy for you. Some of y'all ain't cried in a while. It's time for you to start crying, sis. Okay, I'm so serious. Like, it's okay to cry. It's all right. It shows that you're a human, that you feel things. And another part of expressing your emotions is also just being able to express your needs clearly. Be able to express what it is that you need, okay? Like, communicating your needs clearly is important. So just a quick recap. So I told you that 5 ways to stop being a strong Black woman, right? Number 1, start prioritizing your own needs without guilt. Number 2, build a consistent self-care routine. Number 3, set boundaries with yourself and others. Number 4, let go of hyper independence. And number 5, allow yourself to be emotionally honest. Okay, you got this. All right, so before we go, y'all know I can't let y'all go without giving you some spiritual insight. All right, let's see what this Bible talking about, y'all. So the scripture for today, I got my pink Bible. Okay, so the scripture for today, y'all, is Galatians chapter 6. So this is verses 2-3. Share each other's burdens, and in this way, obey the law of Christ. If you think you are too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important. Ooh, let me tell y'all. I feel like me and Paul are cousins because Paul be getting us all the way together in the Bible. Okay, Paul said, if you think you are too important to help someone, you are only fooling yourself. You are not that important. And so this really speaks to that hyper independence piece when it comes to the strong Black woman, right? This over dependence on yourself for things. The Bible is clearly telling us to share that load. That community is important. That asking for help is important. We're not meant to be doing this journey, this walk, none of this stuff on our own, right? We need people. We need help. We need community. Okay? And so he's encouraging us to share each other's burdens. Girls, share your burdens with somebody else. Give some of them tasks to somebody else. Give some of those responsibilities to somebody else. Give some of those chores to somebody else. Right? So I love this scripture, Galatians chapter 6, verses 2-3. Meditate on it, sis. Read it at your own leisure. Do you? Okay? So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If anything that I shared today resonated with you, sis, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share it with a friend. Make sure you share it with another sister. And if you haven't subscribed, sis, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you stay updated when I post a new video here. And yeah, don't forget, take care of yourself. Bye.